Welcome back to Dragon Age The Veilguard. Alright. Last episode we did some cleaning up of our forest. We forgot one little quest there. We also had some little bit of an error, like a little bit of issue with our graphics, so I've kind of gone through and hopefully it's a bit better for this episode. I believe there will be a couple episodes that have come out in the last couple of days that may be a bit choppy, so bear with me if it was choppy. I didn't realize until I started doing recordings today, and I checked that video. I should have checked it before I uploaded it, but mistakes were made, so just bear with me. I hope the mic is a bit better. We are still trying to tweak that out. I had a whole over thing. We were trying to play Overwatch, and it wasn't working, so I had to do the whole little thing to make that work for that game. Anyways, welcome back. Rant done. We are actually not going to go talk to Nev because she is going to move on with the main story. Instead, we're actually going to head to Treviso because we could do Lacanus' mission and we can do a faction mission, which is key to getting your alliance strength up. So we'll back to Treviso. It should be a bit more open now, so we can actually kind of explore it while we're going through. We are going to bring Lacanus because it is his place, and we're going to bring a little interesting, not gonna lie, a little switchy. Sorry, headache. Sometimes you just can't. This is one of the times you can't come with me. You gotta stay at home while I go to pretty much bed. So all I want to say is look how fucking pretty this game is. Like, look how pretty this game is. Could you imagine living here, having a coffee, and you just come out to this? Like, even if it was nighttime all the time, I don't think I'd be upset, you know? It's like, oh, you want daytime? Look that way. You want some spooky ass nighttime shit? Look this way. Like, look at the massive. Alright? I want you guys to know I took snapshots of this game while playing for the first time to use as background for my YouTube videos, and it's so enhanced that YouTube can't handle putting it on. Okay? Put it that way.
Occupied. The insult of it.
It's more than insulting.
It's salt in the wound. And that is my purview.
Stop.
I could have daggers in 100 necks by nightfall.
No doubt. But more necks would present themselves tomorrow.
I have other daggers.
Am I interrupting?
Forgive
Yeah, a lot
Taya.
of fucking
She
days.
gets testy when a contract is delayed.
I don't get it. I need you to is that I don't get it. Is that out of character?
Neither of you strike me as a bloodthirsty sort.
Our shared enemies deserve our worst.
You want help against the gods. We want Treviso free. We now think they may be the same problem. The occupation has a face. The Antam commander, Keith Lord butchered Dathrata. But Viago thinks killing him outright is short-sighted.
The Butcher took the city suspiciously fast. Removing him is useless if someone else can repeat that, with the help of gods or something else. Despite it being the outcome, assassination is not about killing, it's about sending a message.
And what message would that be?
The Crows rule Antiva, and Treviso will be free.
The occupation was too easy.
Sounds like you think the occupation wasn't just about force.
Cruel as the Butcher is, he didn't break the city with a siege. It was sudden and complete.
Like he had it all mapped. Where to march and what to close off to choke resistance.
He had inside information? Spies?
He had something.
And until we know what it was, killing him isn't the contract.
Butcher Dathrata. What do you know about him?
The Antam army fractured, split among warlords, and he seems to have kept the most traditional discipline. And the rank and file like it. His numbers keep growing, but the Butcher himself is odd.
Odd how?
He gives daily speeches about how the occupation is somehow merciful. And the way he talks, it's familiar. It's like he thinks he belongs here. And I won't have it.
You're in charge. Antiva has a king.
And the power of a king is enforced by armies. Antiva has no army. It has the crows.
There's a reason Antivan coins have portraits of guild leaders, not royalty. We're patriots. Crows can't field a battalion, but we protect our nation our way.
The gods care about taking Treviso.
The Butcher wants Treviso. The gods may just want the Antam.
But Antam distrust magic and outright fear demons. They should be enemies.
Power can turn anyone against their own interests, their own people.
Helping the crows helps everyone in the long run. What's the first step to your message?
We have a scout named Dareth. He said he was onto something the Butcher was hiding.
He was in the Drown district, so that's a place to start. Find our crow and help with his contract.
Find your crow, then what?
We break this occupation. We craft the message one step at a time.
And when we finally assassinate the person who leashed Treviso, that death will tell everyone. The crows rule Antiva, and Treviso will be free. I've noted the location of Dareth and his cousin, Jacobus, in the Drown district. They're always together. Jacobus will be eager to help, perhaps too eager for one so young.
Can you blame him? We've all lost too much to this occupation.
Mento. Contract next March. Crow, bro. Fucking read. Oh my god. Diplomacy signed in blood from a period after influence was claimed, but before responsibility was accepted. If nations march on the elves, Antiva will not be silent. Never again. The next blight. Crow diplomacy dating from the fourth blight. As guild influence grew, Grey Warnings were the first to recognize true Antivian leadership. Thereafter, the treaties bore seals of queens, emperors, and the crows. Smog, make assassin friends. Alright.
Like Antam blood. I'll keep the goods flowing.
Jesus is why we don't sell all your valuables. Okay, we're gonna straight up, I think, buy that. So constant the part of your critical hit, its abilities hit apply bleeding. Yeah. Plus 10 center effectiveness. I don't like that. You have a memento. And we also have a tea set. She'll be using for coffee, most likely. That looks pretty cool. That also looks pretty cool. This looks pretty cool too. Yep, I'm buying it all.
Safe travels.
Okay, Lucanus, my guy, bro. He's got a new blade. I need to equip. And that, okay. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna head. We're actually gonna head to meet Lucanus first. That's where we're gonna go.
Greetings, Rook. I am Air, one who provides training for Antivan crows.
You're not a crow yourself?
Not as such, but we are frequently at their service. That answer suits them, as it should suit you.
You're new as well, right? I'm Anton Cat. Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Hang on.
So, hiring the demon of Virantium was your suggestion.
It was a possible lead. Finding things and tracking Venatori. That's what I'm here for.
After all the jobs I did in Rafis, the last thing I expected was a Devinter mage to be involved in breaking me out.
Well, good. I'd hate for assassins to find me.
The Antam ordered me out of my house. I don't have anywhere else to go.
Please, go on.
Well, good. I'd hate for assassins to find me predictable.
The Butcher seems more reasonable than most Antam, but he still doesn't want any mages in the city.
I knew there was a link last time. But I get up right now. Got a new helmet. Breaking some boxes. Connus meets Lara for coffee and spends time in Treviso, taking in how life has changed since his imprisonment.
Come on, Ilario will meet us at Cafe Pietra. It's not that far from here. We have time before he arrives. I wouldn't mind looking around a while. The markets are running. Good. I need to get some things while we're here. Treviso. Barely had time to look around when we returned from the ossuary.
This place, does it feel very different?
In some ways, more than I expected, but then, perhaps it's me.
Excellent taste.
Ah, here.
A potted plant?
For Harding's garden. Spearmint is supposed to calm bad dreams. It's good in desserts, too.
So you and Ilario are cousins?
Yes, but we're more like brothers. Katarina took us both in, a long time ago now. Here's the place. Bellara mentioned the dayless seafood recipe she wants to make.
The demon of Virantium is grocery shopping for the team.
Have you seen what they eat? It's a miracle you didn't all starve before you hired me.
When we met, it didn't seem like Ilario and Katarina were close.
It was hard to be close to her, even for me, and I was her favorite. A good selection. Fresh fruit. Nev only eats fried fish. You'd think a detective would have discovered scurvy by now.
Is that everything on the list?
Yes. And Ilario should be here by now. Let's go before he gets himself in trouble.
I like the map. It's so fucking pumped up on that.
If the butcher cares so much for Treviso, he'll make sure we have the proper ingredients for this risotto.
You can't buy something for everyone but yourself. Here. This is for you.
A wyvern-toothed dagger? I loved wyverns as a boy. Katarina would never let me have one of these, though.
Welcome. Mariana and I run the best fruit stand in Treviso.
Some of these like stalls.
Oh, that's just fine.
Cafe Pietra is just ahead.
That's where we're meeting your cousin. Why not the casino?
House Cantori has many talents. Making coffee is not one of them.
Finally. I thought you might leave me here all by my lonesome.
Please. You think I'd ever pass up Cafe Pietra's coffee?
You see, Rook, my cousin is all stomach and no heart.
Don't mind him. Ilario cannot appreciate anything but himself. They serve a specialty roast here, Andoral's breath. Bitter and sweet, like a kiss goodbye. You should try it.
You just described my dream cup of coffee. So, is there a reason we're not talking about Ilario's information or what?
We're still being spied on.
No, the last one just left. Couldn't take your coffee talk.
So, you have something?
The crows I sent after Sarah have picked up her trail. They say she's gone to Virantium.
I have a friend who's very good at finding people.
Katerina was first Talon. This is crow business. We can handle it.
Apparently not. Your lead is no good, cousin.
You have better information?
We're compromised. There's no other way Zara could even touch Katerina. You need your eyes here, in Antiva.
Zara would never be foolish enough to stay. Not with you out for blood.
Of course she would. If the crows protecting her are here.
Rook, reason with him, would you? He's being paranoid.
I am not paranoid. She came after me. She came after Katerina. She will come for you too.
If it'll make you feel better, I'll clean house, all right? Leave this to me.
He's gone.
Of course he is. Ilario always caves under pressure.
Your cousin only seems to hear about one word in 10.
He's always been this way. He hears what he wants to hear.
How's the coffee? As good as you remembered?
Better. I dreamed about this coffee for a year. They say taste and smell awaken our strongest memories. For so long, memories were all I had. But whatever the circumstances, the here and now is a much finer place to be. How's your coffee?
Strong enough to take down a god. Ready to head back to the lighthouse?
Almost.
First epic weapon. Cons. So now, Stormy already has equipped. So, causes a party, causes blood bleeding, and if the enemy is at maximum bleeding stacks, they are also afflicted with necrosis. Now that's crazy. Bananas. Alright, let's continue.
Best place in Treviso.
People feel at home here.
Not even an army stops the Treviso market.
Almost feels like home.
Thank you so much. Cafe later? Good night for it.
Welcome to the Dapper Duelist. We favor lighter wear here, but have heavier armor in stock as well.
If the keen to get away from Anton.
Enjoy the feeling of rich
Now they're here anyway.
If the butcher wants Treviso to thrive, he needs to let ships sail freely.
Don't worry. Tear and the Argo sent us.
You with the goddess? Yes! Kill them! Kill the Autop!
How's that? They killed Darren! They killed my cousin!
That's done. Are you Jacobus?
Dareth, my cousin. They... Please, you have to finish Dareth's contract. It's about the Butcher. My cousin was going to spy on the Butcher. He told me we'd pick up the contract from a dead drop. But then... someone has to finish this for Dareth. Please.
We will take care of it. Go back to the diamond.
I will, just give me a minute.
That note said Dareth should pick up the contract at the usual place across from Teir and Viago. Just follow the marks.
There will be a trail of marks left by previous crows. It will lead us right to it.
I've spotted them around the city. I think there's one nearby on the walls.
Let's go look.
The crow mark. Perfectly thrown.
That's got to be Dareth's trail. Keep an eye out. Another mark this way.
The market never stops, even during occupation.
Here's another crow mark.
What is it?
So, you're not sure you can trust me, but it was your idea to hire me.
I made the suggestion. Brooke made the call. Why? I knew that I have ulterior motives, that I planted the idea in Rook's head for my own ends.
That wasn't where this was going.
Really? Because I'd have questions. A Tevinter mage breaks a demon-possessed assassin out of prison. What's her angle?
Mierda. And people say I'm overly suspicious.
Our next crow mark. This is where the marks lead. Dareth's contract must be here somewhere.
Contract for a crow. The Butcher of Treviso has employed a prisoner who manufactures Kamek. The recipient of this contract, Dareth, is charged with finding the cocaine master in the garrison and ending him. The recipient is also to deal with the traitor who allowed the Antom into the city. Should this person become known, should the recipient fall, their next of kin may claim this contract.
The Butcher is making poison. Kamek.
I've heard of it. It does things to your mind. Nothing pleasant.
If I were the Butcher, it'd be a good way to keep people in line.
We cannot let the Butcher unleash this on Treviso.
He won't. The Antam brought in a Kamek master to mix the poison. He's at the garrison. We stop him there before this goes any further. Throw it down. Back on the ground soon. Almost there.
About...
Boss! Over here! Take them out, quick!
Got us in the distance!
Thanks, Carlos.
Anytime.
Obey or be cancelled, the Common Master. Be your role. Be on top. Treviso is ours. Obey my example at the capital.
We're in. Let's find the coming master.
Do not obey, have no role. They do not exist. Choose to exist. Traitors parted this city. Crows fight us for Treviso, that is true. We respect the fight.
We're not...
Beat the crow!
How's your chance? Got through that.
Deadening an overwhelmed enemy applies bleeding.
I command you to ignore. an outsider. Time to test my gift. I am will made flesh. So much flesh. Finally, the fight the Butcher denied has come to. Hey! Prove my worth!
I'm here on behalf of the Crows. Poisoner.
Poison? You face the gift of the god!
On the job.
All strength, all gift, Butcher fool!
It's still hot. Hiding like this? We'll ask questions after it's dead. Keep at it! Can't let this thing out!
We rise, we brave!
It's done. The Coming Master's dead.
Good riddance.
First things first, let's destroy the rest of the poison. Then we figure out what was going on here. That's the last of the poison, thankfully. Let's look for anything else that explains what's happening.
Got a new sword. Journal page in a shaky hand. The butcher rages. Someone has stolen the comic I made for him. I do not know who took it, nor is it my concern. I told him to have the human who betrayed the city investigate the matter. The butcher was not pleased. Locked me in here, said I was changed. Let him find another Quakemaker. I have fulfilled my role. The gods grant me another as a reaver of flesh.
Wait. This note says that wasn't all the comic. The butcher's angry because some went missing.
Who got their hands on it?
No idea. But the note does mention the butcher's inside traitor. The occupation had help. Taya and Viago need to know they were right.
Are you out of your minds?
Someone had...
I told you, Crows, to stay out of this!
Out of what? Defending our home?
If we had a stronger civil government instead of a bunch of circus criminals, the Antam wouldn't have a foothold in the first place!
A politician, I presume.
You're responsible for the city.
This is Governor Evenchi. They have concerns.
My concern is how you've endangered the city.
We're defending Antiva.
These protections are in place for the good of everyone. You act without oversight.
We Crows are the oversight.
And yet, here we are, awash in Antam. And now, you've angered the Butcher.
It's bigger than whatever it is you're whining about. The gods are corrupting some of the Antam.
And the Butcher?
You two are right. He had help taking the city. Human traitors.
I didn't want to believe it. Killing the Butcher does nothing if someone could just sell us out again.
I'd start right here. You Talons are known for infighting and betrayal.
You're accusing them? One of their crows died for this contract.
That's enough. Rook, thank you for finishing that contract. The only reward we have is to ask you for more.
We're allies. Of course I'll help.
Evenchi is right about one thing. The Butcher will not like that we're fighting back.
We need to be ready. Rook, I will have every crow tracking this traitor and the gods, and we will send word when we find something.
The stakes are too high. This should be left to proper officials.
Go back to filing trade receipts, Evenchi. The crows rule Antiva.
And Treviso will be free. With or without you, Governor.
Stolen from the Butcher. The Cecil's identity is a mystery. TIM and Viago began planning their next steps against the Antam. Though for Jacobus, Darren's cousin, Jacob's cause is already too high. Alright. And from there we're going to stop the episode, call it the day. Hope everyone enjoyed. If you did, hit that comments. Let me know about it. Hit that like button. Get reaction off the video. And if you want to see more of this stuff, hit the subscribe button also. Hit that little notification bell, let you know when I'm live or a video has been dropped. These drop every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Otherwise, peace.